right, bud, come on. Let's go to the car. All right, thanks for joining me. It's a little exciting development this morning. I'm getting my car to go to work. And as I always do, left foot pushes in the clutch all the way, right foot on the brake to go to start it. As I'm starting it, my foot goes all the way to the floor. Haven't had that happen. So I back out of my driveway, go a little bit, go to the end of my street, and then I park it. That's not right. The brake should not be going to the floor. Hey, come on, in you go. In you go, bud. Short ride. So I'm gonna try to figure out what's going on. Let me see if I can show you guys. I got the sun helping me today. It's holding, but there it goes. It goes all the way down. Not building up pressure. And so when I checked it, all three wheels were fine, but this wheel, you can see all the brake fluid. I'm assuming that's all brake fluid, that liquid, all around there. So something popped. Hopefully it's just a rubber hose, and that'll be an easy fix. Or maybe not easy, sort of simple, but I'll probably have to replace all the other hoses too. All right. Yep, and I'm getting the check brake fluid warning light. We know, so this will be fun trying to get in, park it in the garage. Leaving puddles of brake fluid. It's not a good feeling not having brakes. Still got my parking brake. Thread the needle. Hope I don't got too much junk on the side over here. All right, let's jack her up, see what's going on. All right, my gun doesn't have enough torque, but I got my 18mm socket on a breaker bar. Break those loose. Jack style. One more pump. And let's go down. All right, let's zoom in here, give you guys a little bit closer look so you can see what I'm seeing. All right, just to orient you, hub, rotor, caliper, brake line. So it runs from the caliper, it's the rubber line, all the way where it joins up here, and there you can see it. Yeah, you can see the, when I do that, you see the fluid coming out? Let me show you again, right? That's where it's coming from Looks like it was rubbing on something. I'm not sure what it was rubbing on. Alright, well, now that I know, it's time for some hoses. Time for some rubber brake hoses. And you know what? Since I'm doing this one, I'm going to have to drain all the fluid out. I'm going to just order 4 for all 4 corners and replace them all, and then change the fluid and bleed it out. Look what the mailman dropped off. Some parts from FCP Euro. All right, let's open her up and check it out. Big box for a couple hoses. I don't think I ordered anything else. Packing material, recycle that. 1 hose. And the other hose. And I'm going to read up in the manual as to where these little rubber things go so as to not have it rub through. Alright. Next step, let's take the old hoses off. Little PB blaster. Oh, it's too much. Scoot down on this one. I'll turn it on a little bit. That'll soak in. So, since I last filmed, it's been a couple weeks. I got the entire front end of the car up and the wheels off. Taking this wheel off was a pain in the butt. But at least now I can check the brake line. I can see how this one is and figure out why the other one tore like it did. But now that I have it up, I can reach the bleeder valves on both front wheels to bleed the brakes. And I can, on the back ones, I can get underneath, so I don't even have to remove it. I thought I'd have to jack it up, jack it up and put it up on stands, but I can, caliper's right here on the back side, and I can just slide underneath on both wheels to access it to bleed the brakes. And I'm still not sure if I'm going to get a power bleeder. Gives me another excuse to go to Harbor Freight, or if I'm just going to do it the old-fashioned way and ask my wife to pump the brakes. But next up, I got to get to the master cylinder, which is underneath this. So I'm going to set you guys up so you got a better view. So see you in a little bit. All right, got you guys set up better. Got some light. So basically, the master cylinder is down underneath, so I got to take this whole thing off. So shouldn't be too difficult from what I've read. This little thing that I unplugged here is just my alarm system, the hood latch alarm system. I ended up unplugging it because just randomly the alarm started going off. I guess I got to replace this. All right, so let's get the cap off. Filter out. Now's a good time to check it. Looks like it's time to replace the filter. Got to order a couple new ones. Got some schmutz in here. Time to clean this out anyway, because my little drain is probably plugged up. So good thing that I'm taking this out. So I have to just take this off. So you got to get these air ducts out of the way. I had done a video showing how I replaced those. And it's just unsnap, and then you can kind of pull them out of the way. Might have to get a little bit more space by moving that. And then that was just the clip that holds this in that just disappeared. There we go. Comes out pretty easily. And here's the brake master cylinder. And it's not empty, so that's fortunate. So, but I'm glad it's not empty, because hopefully that means no air got into the ABS pump. If it did, then you got to bleed the air out of it This looks like it's busted. All right. That looks cracked, so I got to get a new little cap. Or at least put some tape on that one. But it's been a while since I changed this, so. And I believe it's just DOT number 4 brake fluid from according to the manual that I read. All right, next let's go down to the driver's side wheel well, and we will check to see how the brake line looks there. So this is the brake line, and I see what it is. It's got a little twist in it, and it keeps it away from rubbing. The other side didn't have that, and maybe that's what caused it to rub on. I think it was rubbing on the strut or something. Can you guys see that? Let me light it up better. It's got this little kind of twist in it so that it stays out of the way, versus this side didn't have the twist. And it rubbed, and you can see where the fluid is. All right, got the new brake line. So that's gonna be my next step. Let's replace it. Okay, so I showed you guys my new brake hoses, and I also have some original ATE Super Blue .4 brake fluid. And I got the blue one. I like switching it out with blue versus the regular, so I can actually see the difference, the color difference when I'm changing the brake fluids. So I'll alternate whenever I change brake fluid, like in my other car, like the Honda, I'll alternate between the regular and then the blue. And I got my flare nut wrench set, so just find the right sizes. Let me open up one of these and see what it is. Let's see, 13, nope. Yeah, 13 on that side. And then this it looks like I can just use a regular. It's bigger. 13 on the one side. Actually, it just looks like a square. I don't think any of these will fit. I'm just gonna have to get an adjustable. Okay, got my adjustable wrench. All right, so now let's go down under the car. Okay, got it loose enough. Want to break any plastic. Dirty. Okay, got that end out. And what did I say for the other end? I think I said 14. Brake lines coming out. New lines coming in. Right. And you don't want to do it like this. You want to put a little twist in it, like we did on the other side. Let me see. See, that's not doing it. That's going to be rubbing. It's not going to do it because, see, it's already touching here. So that's just going to be the same issue I had with the other side. So we don't want to just do it like that from what I saw on the other side. Again, an 11. Go. I think that's going to stay out of the way a little bit better. All right. Now we just need to bleed the brakes. All right, so you watched me replace the hose. I ended up bleeding all 4 brakes the old-fashioned way, which involved my wife sitting in the car pumping the brake pedal while I was bleeding each caliper. Started from the right rear, caliper furthest away from the master cylinder, and then left rear, right front, left front. All the time making sure that the reservoir never went dry. So got that out of the way. Now just got to put everything back together. So big holder goes in first, and good thing I took it out because this drain plug right here was packed solid. I'm going to actually have to empty out the other side and check that out too, clean that out. basically that's where any water that gets in here, it's got two means of escape. It's got a little drain vent over here, and then it's got a drain vent right here. And this one was packed solid. You saw all the crud in there, so I cleaned that all out. I'm just gonna reinstall my dirty old air filter. I got a new one. I'm gonna order a new one from FCP Euro, and we'll swap that out. We'll change that out. So airflow on these boxes, the air comes in right here where my hand is, and on the back side here it comes in, it goes up through the filter and then into the cabin right here through these vents. So I had replaced the vents a while ago, these air ducts, because they had the bellows had all broken, were leaking, and I was getting all sorts of weird smells in the, well, not weird, oil smells in the cabin. So I'll leave a link to that video if you find that interesting. It's pretty easy fix, easy replacement. Pop that in, make sure it's attached well. So I lost my little clip here as I was removing it. I saw it, I went to grab it. It fell further down. I'm gonna see, once I move the car, I'll see if it fell all the way through or not. If not, I'll have to order a new one of those. Talked about the little hood switch here for the alarm system, so I'll order a new one of those. Okay, put the lid on. Just want to secure that in these two tabs back here, and then this little wire clip on the front. And lastly, don't forget the weather stripping, which seals around. And again, this helps prevent any smells from inside the engine compartment from getting inside the cabin. This way it's going to seal with the hood, and it's only going to be fresh outside air. All right, got that back in there. Next step is to put the wheels back on, take it off the jack stands, and we're done. Thanks so much for watching. See you in the next video. Peace. Dirty hands, dirty fingernails. My wife loves to see that. Too hot for rubber gloves today. Ugh. Sticky. Found it. Once I moved the car, it fell all the way through. Awesome. I don't have to wear a new clip. Let's go install it. Just got the car out of the way so I can clean up the garage, move cars around so my wife can get her parking spot in the garage back. Zoned. There we go. And alright, let's pop it back in there. Let's not lose it this time. That is it. Let's check it on the other side. Yep, about the same. Got the same. Awesome.